Show me a piece of your heart. I'm calling you up to get down, down. Show me a piece of your love. I'm calling you up to get down, down. Show me a piece of your heart, a piece of your love. I'm calling you up to get down, down, down. The way that we touch is never enough. I'm turning you up to get down, down, down.
What? Sorry, just quickly. What if it's
Da da da, da da da, down, down, down.
Alright, hello and welcome everybody. We will start a stream today. We have something quite different for you this time, because we're going to host 1v1s. This is sort of spontaneous event that we came up with. A bunch of people joined pretty much randomly, and we will go over a certain amount of 1v1s, and we will host the King of the Hill event. I mean, you will be familiar with it. We can explain it very soon, but either way. Let's actually get back into our Discord call here, and yeah, have everyone involved.
Triple hollow. Nobody wants that. And I was
Hello.
Just like, and I was like, I want that.
Hello, welcome Sneaks.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just chatting with Teapot in his Twitch chat. There's loads of. I'll fill you in later.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
He's so
I think we can support it more by just promoting it. Like, it doesn't even need to be gyms.
He actually just said with all your in-houses and things, so you're actually just talking. He's aware of it. He's talking about it, but he's like, because I talked about the weekly or the monthly blog post, and he was just like covering the monthly. He's like, actually, we could do something like that. He's like, message me in Discord. We'll get something. So I was like, we've also got cool plans for
For what exactly?
Right, huh? Just in like, say, a monthly content. He's like, message me and we'll see what we can sort out. So, collab.
Okay, that would be fucking amazing. But either way, we're live right now, so I'd say maybe set up the event and go over some of the 1v1s here first. Also, if someone could check by the stream and again tell me if the audio is alright or not, that would be amazing.
Exactly.
Since I feel like the audio could be a bit too much.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people.
Yeah. So honestly, let's just find the proper duel that's taking place and look at it. The thing is, you'll probably be annoyed to have every single move commentated that you do. So I wonder if we should go out into a different channel for spectating a duel, or if that should just be a part of the King of the Hill event itself. Here. Either way, this is spontaneous, so just give me your input, just give me your ideas.
Okay, sorry, I'm just writing in the admin chat.
I'm gonna get some people from the other 1v1 arena anyway.
Oh, that would be pretty nice, honestly. Yeah. Also, I see these whispers every. Some people joining our Twitch chat, isn't that beautiful?
Asking to talk on stream.
Yep. So yeah, again, we're streaming this live on Twitch, although it might not be as structured in the beginning, but let's just honestly try things. Or like even different variations and see where it goes.
Okay, stream sounds really nice.
Ah, very good. So So let's see who we have here. So I might feel like spectating a Hollow 1v1 at this point. And
Yeah, I did it.
yeah, I feel like pretty much muting myself and talking over that, but let's just see. When we're...
Oh, what a grenade barrage. Let's see if I got some people in here.
Okay, so you just went into the 1v1 the spectator arena?
Yes.
Holy shit,
thought
13
that-
people, yikes. But yeah, then basically get them in for King of the Hill,
I
if
made
they'd
all
be
the
interested.
I made
Yeah.
all the joints.
Okay. So
How
yeah,
many
just,
want I converted?
yeah, just with the password and everything. Oh, Odig, Tiplo. Nice. Some people actually know.
Okay, so can we look at a duel?
So yeah, let's just pick one, I'd say. Okay, Riken has just finished his fight. But there's currently a 1v1 between Pekka and Lorvina. Let's check out what Pekka is running here. It looks like... Oh, okay, he's actually running a Condi Necro here. However, with the Doomfly trait, that has been subject of several nerfs. And Lorvina looks like she picked up a Sinister build. So very, very offensive and hybrid damage. She picked herself up a Cleanse Mantra as well, but Rainpack is quickly going for the kill. And let's watch that another time. So we can actually...
Why am I playing this shit?
I know, but let's just
We
look
can look
over
at the
it.
hollow.
I mean, it's
The Hollow
not
Smith
even-
one
it's
ones?
so
Alright.
fucking weak. I mean, Mesmer itself is so weak at everything. Well,
But
actually,
technically, like for
I mean,
example,
it's
if you look at
overrun CC.
if you look at Mirage, however, it has a pretty decent
I
matchup,
don't like
I'd
Mirage.
say.
I never played Mirage.
Yeah. But yeah, let's check out the Hollysmith 1v1 again, I'd say, just so we have a 1v1 from start to finish, because it's sort of chaotic. So trying to get the opening burst into here. It's his C landing onto both people. However, Riken is pulling the stun here and setting up a grenade spam here with the magnetic shield, and then the not cancelable skill, he uses that for a shield 5 setup. The grenade barrage had to be cancelled here by Isa. Now both of them are in a distance, and the thing with nades and its sort of projectile travel speed is that whoever is chasing will most likely be hit. And now Isa actually connecting her grenade barrage, multiple cancels of it, which is really good to bait out dodges because the stun of it is insanely long. But so it looks like she might get an opportunity to pressure back here, burst connecting as well as the flashbang. However, the Hollowsmith 5 did not connect here onto Isa, and that makes Riken back off. Stun lanes of the shield 5, but he's dropping very low, and with that Isa
Oh,
picks
the
up.
poison nade.
Yeah.
The poison nade got him there. But a really nice kite.
Another important thing to mention about the poison nades is that they are actually unblockable. So the green nades can actually go through something. They can sort of be detected just like by the green color. If you're, for example, a warrior with a shield block, keep that in mind. But also, who else does it apply to? Revenants and whatnot. But yeah. Also, they fly through projectile defense thingies, like for example the swirling winds of Tempest that are very, very common, for example, to prevent Lich's auto attacks. Yeah. I guess we're just going to check out... Well, I think we stay on the Hollysmith 1v1 for a bit. And then when we actually got enough people in here that might be interested, go over to the next thing. Right now it looks like Isa is fighting a Revenant, so and it's Maxim. So let's see, heal being pulled here by the Revenant, even though there wasn't a serious damage threat, but just the sheer CC and everything is scary. Now Face Reversaling in, getting some unblockable hits off, but the question is really, what does the Revenant have? Oh, good that the Lee here was denied, but since he has no heal available at the moment, this looks very, very scary. Shield 5 to answer to the Sword 3 of the Revenant, it instantly cancels the entire thing. Also applies to something like Sword 2 from Mesmer's, or any other invulnerability skills that deal damage. Nice BM from here by Raiken, but yeah. Let's look at some of the matchups here. And just who is fighting who. Because there's still a 1v1, still 1v1s between Brainpacker and Lorena. Picking up the pistol here actually, and Scepter, speccing a lot more into actual CC, which is probably the best idea. Really just to suppress. Pistol, Dace Mantra. A little bit more suppression on the Necromancer. Oh, actually really good interrupt here. I believe that could have been the Warhorn 4 by the Necromancer. But Lorena really gets a nice Condi burst here with Pistol Zerkus and a little Scepter burst. And Brainpacker dropping fairly low here on health. However, so is Lorena. So the question is really if they actually go for an opening, because Necro could have his Shroud available, or now with the heal coming up, Dazes are coming in. Doesn't connect though. Fear onto a clone and not the Mesmer itself. He has to kite, pulls the seal to better safe than sorry. And now Lorena without mantra charges. Question is if she can get something. Okay, so ports, but the fear ring will connect, and that means a little bit of CC. Now the good thing here of Brainpacker is that he really knows how to tank these conditions, and for example not use skills, etc. But he probably has the condition transfer. Now there's the 2 connects, and with that he could get enough damage in. However, Lorena has her heal here. Shine connecting. And with the transfusion, okay, very, very crucial to see. Beautiful flash room, for example, here, positioned there, so that you can teleport back and have line of sight. The main reason here for this great flash room was having a line of sight. Fear has been interrupted here by Lorena. She now has to kite, goes into mass invulnerability, mass invisibility. And now Brainpacker might even have to pull the Fear Wall or the Lich here. Lich has been interrupted by a Daze proc, and he's just chasing away. Sorry, Lorena is going for the chase here, interrupting yet again something. And Pistol Stun actually connects, but there's line of sight, and she cannot follow that stun up with anything. So a fairly long fight, Scepter 2 block, and now it's good that she ports out to get the mantra charges back. Because Brainpacker with an aggressive flash room here tries to go for a kill, but Lorena should still be able to survive since she has so much CC still available, and the heal is about to come up, dropping very low. The stun just to get enough breathing room to get the Aether Signet off, and actually with the Pistol Zerker and Scepter able to get finished off that kill, both very low in health, consequently kiting out, so definitely the correct moves by each and every one here. So another Hollis. Let's see what we got here. Another Hollysmith matchup. Yeah, and Viking connecting probably the full heat sword 2 here, which sort of acts as a shotgun. And as soon as you pull that off a melee range, you can get a lot of damage in. But let's see what fights are taking place, because I feel like spectating Revenant 1v1s, honestly. However, sadly we do not have context for this one. But a great sword 5 here, and up was stuck here in the cast animation of his staff 4, and that gave the other Revenant a really nice window to open. Log had the seal available, and therefore we'll get the kill here. But let's honestly see another 1v1 of that in its full length. And another thing that we have to mention, both mine and the Stonehenge are open, which would be more classical places to 1v1 it. Oops. But yeah, let's just... Oh. A little skirmish taking place here. But yeah, I just hope for some... At first I was initially hoping for another good Revenant 1v1, but it seems like we have some trouble with people not respecting others, and a little gank happening. And with that, the Boomy Mate will go down. But yeah, let's see who else is around. Oh, if we should just go back to another 1v1 of Lorena and Brainpacker here, because Lorena's build looked quite interesting, something crafted on the fly here. And now she goes for sword. Interesting choice because Scepter at the beginning looked very, very promising. At least this is what the build menu here says. Yeah, she's actually running Sword Torch here. Not quite sure about that choice since the CC of Pistol Zerker and the Scepter Burst got her a lot more pressure in. However, 3 illusions are up. Technically, there could be a shatter, but she doesn't go for it because, because she really wants these clones to have a setup to connect guaranteedly. They are really in melee range, so technically that was a dodgeable shatter. And oh yeah, I'm getting behind by Zari as well, so she's joining. That's nice. But yeah, the question is, when do we want to initiate the King of the Hill? Or is that just up for tomorrow?
Why the fuck's my fucking spear so
Yeah, sorry, not tomorrow, but Saturday. Alright.
I think this is really cool for now. We can do King of the Hill on Saturday. We can do both.
Okay.
It does.
I mean, this is not gonna last for long. People are gonna get bored, trust me.
Yeah, I feel like
So
that too.
we need to do King of the Hill today so people don't get bored.
Yeah,
I don't think that's valid because free-for-all arena is full for a reason.
Yes, but it's almost always dead. Right now, it's else it's
Mhm.
always dead.
Yeah, also,
yeah.
my personal struggle with this right here is to really find and stick to a 1v1 at second place.
I swear, I just want to say, rarely people.
And
jump
then the
from-
coverage of it is a bit weird and unusual, but I'll just make the best out of it in case we want some coverage.
so
Otherwise,
Yeah.
Okay, so barely people join from 1v1 arena, right? And it only has
Mhm.
4 people and also died quite fast. So much for
Alright.
it being cool.
Yeah, but sure, let's do King of the Hill. Why not?
And
Mhm.
everybody's fighting right now, so that's also a problem.
yeah, okay, I'd say maybe just look at this little 1v1 here taking place between the 2 Revenants. Phase Traversal being denied there by a Staff 5, great answer. And now, however, the stun connecting here, and with that he instantly went for the Sword Burst, which is a good follow-up. CC here from Gotab was dodged, impossible odds, give his slight movement speed advantage. Now, Log was quite fast there on that heal, it wasn't really a reply to guaranteed healing. And with that, now he can zone with his AoE, just get a bit of space, resustain. Brutality proc didn't really got any value, and he didn't sidestep the Staff 5 properly, however. Now both defensive staffs are gone for Log, and he goes out of that. And I'm not sure if the impossible odds here were the best move, because he really cucked himself on a lot of energy, and he could have used something more defensively, like a Phase Reversal. However, the CC will connect. Log, however, has his heal available, so going directly into the Sword 3 wasn't a good choice. And now there's a huge HP gap between them, and Log got a kill pressure in. So honestly, what was deciding there was pretty much the Log got a little bit more sustain in, and yeah, pretty much landing the very, very crucial hit and getting your opponent low enough. So with that heal, he got a huge HP difference. Wait, where was he? Gotab couldn't really answer to right away. And then, yeah. Okay, good. They're going back to the mine. A less crowded place. So honestly, let's just stick to these 1v1s taking place here. And welcome to the stream, Jay. So, oh, it looks like someone wasn't quite ready there. And yeah, let's actually check out these people's build, because we see Brutality, and he runs with Brutality, and another quite interesting choice by Gotab is going for a lot more damage here with Forceful Persistence instead of the boons. I think Log here ran a pretty standard version. Okay, so he runs with Battle Scars, Dance of Death. So he's, in the long run, he's got a little bit more sustain, more equal boons. And yeah, now he's opening with his Sword 5 onto him, got some blind pressure in, and he already got the heal off him. However,
That's a nice step. We fight.
yeah. Although it's kind of awkward when it happens. Good stun break here by Gotab, I'd say. Oh, never mind, this was cancelled. No, Log is pressuring. He gets a lot of energy there, because right now, technically, when the Revenant blows energy like that, you really want to initiate something. Also, Log has his heal available, And there's again a big HP gap, so Gotep is already fairly pressured. See, he was so sure there, Lork was so sure there that he could swap without his heal. Because usually if a Revenant doesn't pull his heal and he's sort of pressured, that's like the best moment to punish a Revenant. And usually the decision that you make when swapping Legends while not having your heal is, okay, can I survive these 10 seconds? What could possibly happen there? But yeah, it was already quite a good HP gap, so there wasn't any real kill pressure on him. And Gotep has already had his heal used, so yeah, that was what it's enabled. Okay, so Gotep, and using his Enchanted Daggers here, tried the F2 to get through a block there, but there was a staff evade, so not quite the best answer. Okay, one dodge. He's out of dodges. Goes. He should definitely prepare his heal right now at this point, because what we saw there, while he's stunned, he cannot activate his heal. However, Lork was forced. So I have to reply there. Quite early heal, but still a good choice. F2 connecting there, and Gotep really has to prepare his heal so he doesn't get in the CT chain. Yeah, and there he just could heal off of a few auto attacks, so not the greatest resustain coming there, and the staff 3 really didn't block something necessary. And what's really important with staff on Revenant is to have some basically purely reactionary usage, otherwise you blow the cooldowns way too fast. However, he got the super quick punishing burst here onto Lork, which I'm surprised. So yeah, matchup overall very volatile, and honestly this DPS build looks like a lot of fun here. So yeah, I'd say we do one more round of Revenant and versus Revenant 1v1s, because obviously, yeah, it's one of my main classes, and I just have a little bit to say about that, and I'm very familiar with these matchups, but oh yikes, my hair.
The Rev versus Rev matchup is so nice to watch, right?
Yeah, I know.
Also, finish your opponents, or like the others should res them or whatever, but
yeah, at least at the beach, because they're we just got 1 second respawn time, it's not a big deal. However, Plaga, okay, that's Isa. She went for a quick annoying +1 here. Which, however, I wonder, should we really allow this sort of ganking? Because I assume
I can
that
count
they... What about no ganks at all? Or we just put people into spectate? What would you say about that? Oh, actually I don't have the rights here to do so.
don't worry about it. Like, if somebody's being a real dick, I'll put them in spectate.
Okay.
So that's easy. I'll put it to you.
It's a competitive game as well, so, you know.
But yeah, since we mentioned King of the Hill, why not set it up? I just honestly would want to see how that goes. So, yeah. Also, I really got to check who's in the Discord here right now at the moment. Or if we should spam the map chat to...
You don't force Discord in this 1v1s, to be honest. You don't need it.
Hmm?
You don't need Discord for 1v1s, to be honest. So I don't...
No, it's good to have conversation going. It's not if you don't need it. It's...
Yes, but you don't really need it like 5 versus 5. You can just write, right? So I think it's fine if I don't. So we get more people.
Can you say that again?
It's better if we don't force Discord on people so we get more players.
Thanks, Raiken.
It's not forcing it. It's not mandatory in duels, you know. It's just good that there is a bunch of people gathering up willing to talk to each other. It's like coaches for the Welcome to PvP server. This is where you get to not only ask questions but test it out, especially for people that don't duel. Right?
But you mentioned coaches from Welcome to PvP, so you basically want coaches, for example, to spectate these and sort of give opinions on right and like good and bad moves, or maybe explain the matchups a little bit. Because even though having a free-for-all arena here is kind of cool, sorry, not free-for-all, but just a dual server, it's kind of cool. I wonder how you could bring a little bit more structure into it.
Okay, listen, we have 17 people. I think we can start.
Yeah, definitely.
Structure to it is by just making specific places where each 1v1 should be taking place, and just let's say a cordial agreement between players, you know, not to gank each other, to just have this, you know, ready chord, like, just be natural, just be good, and whoever being disrespectful, it's no problem.
I think we should kind of start now. And if you ping everybody that we're actually doing King of the Hill, maybe more people are gonna join. Because I think that might be more worth than just some normal people all arena.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Wait,
You get-
is everybody on Discord that's in the arena?
Let's see if I can ask some people to join. Wow, that's new. It's not even saying ready.
Alright, I'm back. So, Impact has mentioned something. If you run a King of the Hill event, please allow us to choose whether to have standard models instead of forcing them onto arena options. So maybe that's something to look into. I'm not the owner of this arena.
So
Yes. So?
oh, but how do I change this? I mean, I've not. Somebody has PM'd me about this before. I think Impact. actually.
Okay. So I'm not familiar with owning arenas and all of that. So technically, you'd have to clarify
Actually,
that.
Googled
Others.
this and said nothing about it. So
But yeah, otherwise, I'd say, are there any basically hot fix bans that we should enforce? Like, for example, the Symbol brand. Although we don't have a note here.
And
We would-
grenades. These grenades and flashbang. Thank you. Like, I play Hollows, but I think it's fast. So get rid of them.
So, what would you actually not allow? Nades to be played or just flashbang trade? Because I feel like
no,
Needs
no,
like
no.
strong without. Everything
Would
is
you guys really want that?
cancelled.
The
I
game,
just feel, but still, nade hollows can die. Just depends on the
everybody
matchup.
plays the game.
I just feel like we should only ban Mende bunker builds essentially.
No, it's not the amulet. It's more like a build in itself.
Yeah, itself, yeah. But just like it's a general rule here, so that we can have a sort of rule set.
The thing with followers, if you play it without nades, it's harder to play and it's harder to win, right? But if you play it with nades, it just suddenly becomes brain.
Okay.
So I would 100% not bad nades. Because just retarded.
Yeah, either way. Oops.
Oh my god, can you please fuck off?
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Or I'm literally gonna spawn gameplay. Because it's really getting annoying.
Oh, we got Necro 1v1s going on again. That's nice. Oh dear, while these 1v1s are going on, and we're just going to spectate these for quite a bit. Yeah, let's actually set up.
But I'm gonna do the renegade if you want to watch, I guess. I'm gonna try to do it as much as possible on move.
Hmm?
Ready, it's open. It's not letting me message you again.
Yeah, just ready, ready.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's apparently in tournament commands. Hmm. Okay, so Lorena opening with the greatsword, got a lot of zoning going there. However, Brainpacker connected his CC. He stays with the stability in the corruption field, barely got out, so no CC there connecting onto him. Lorena probably cancelled her elite here. Brainpacker, however, is running the pretty much superior lich. Question is really if Lorena can get enough pressure in with this 1 CC, because otherwise it looks very dangerous. Really, really good here by Brainpacker not to go instantly for the stunbreak, I believe, or like the worm teleport. Saving that right here. Yeah, and with that, yeah, he picks up another kill. Great axe setup here. Then Lorena was sort of trapped without Shroud. And the chill, obviously being a pain in the ass for both necromancers here. But yeah, let's look over these. Because they don't have stuff, so the ranged poke is a little bit weird at the beginning. Because it's way more all-in orientated. The pull here of the greatsword did not connect because there was stability in play. However, right now, he tried, since Arena went for the stability, Brainpacker tried to get his axe 3 through, which could potentially go for Corrupt. However, there are cover boons, so it's not always likely to happen, but the general thought of it is great. Lorena connects her stun here, follows it up with the 4, so a lot of combo finishers. Otherwise, the most consistent damage option on Shroud for Reaper is honestly odd attacks. Oh, Lorena actually doesn't fake her stun here. She uses the cast time, the stun duration here to get her heal off, and then a little bit of life force with Greatsword 3 here. She got the fear successfully. Brainpacker's Shroud just ran out when he wanted to CC. His heal is almost up, but Lorena was there. Placed the Greatsword blinds under her. And Brainpacker couldn't really get out, so that was great zone control here. And then just keeping him at range while he was on Greatsword, I believe.
The fuck was that good now? Can we actually start King of the Hill now? Because we have like 20 people, I think we should really start.
Okay, yeah, so question is, can we sort of clear the arena and then go for map chat?
Yeah, just give them a message in map chat that we're actually gonna
Okay.
King of the Hill, so we restart, so nobody thinks that we stop. I'm helping so much, I should get admin, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we honestly just need structure at this point, and we're just happy that people showed up. So we'll now start with our king of the hill.
So you want to go into King of the Hill? I'm really liking this gym, by the way. Look at this.
But yes, but
Okay.
I think it's time to go.
With 7 players almost on each team. It's so nice. It's literally like looking like a gym. King of the Hill should just be like the, at the end where everybody's dueled each other and, warmed up.
Yeah, I understand, but it's really, really hard to basically broadcast this, I believe, here. Or like, at least for a Twitch stream, it would be kind of weird.
It's okay, you can just go over the map and, it's not about, it doesn't matter so much. It's more about...
But the thing is, Torben went and said there's a King of the Hill event in the other arena.
Perfect, okay.
Like, did you advertise it like that or not? That's just my main concern right here, that we're basically claiming to do something and now it's not happening. So I just want Torben what you said. When you basically brought people from the other arena inside of here. Okay. So yeah, let's restart the arena, honestly. I'm not sure what the commands and everything are. But I'm sure we can get over the coast. Also, everyone would have to read map chat as well. We can't rely on that sometimes.
People are dueling.
Or maybe just... I know it's a bit annoying and tedious, but kick everyone into spectate. And then start with one single person. And then whoever joins first basically gets a try, I'd say. Or how should we rotate? Or should we sort of rotate? Have one king of the hill essentially in the blue team. And then people who want to participate basically queue up in the red team, and then we call them in. So I'd say honestly we're just going a bit like sort of rough on this. Kick
Wait.
the people into spectate.
I'm looking at people dueling. Why force them out of this?
I don't know, because Torben all of a sudden announced something, and I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter what announced when. It's okay. People are
Okay.
Agreed.
Then we set it up, okay? But we need to be coherent about this.
I'm just giving a warning that if you set up King of the Hill, they're
Okay.
gonna hit, because that's what the maps do.
So, can you say that again? I need to put you out. Torben. Can you say that again, please?
But I set up King of the Hill. I basically said I'm gonna that they are setting up King of the Hill, and if you get kicked, don't think that you stop or something. Just leave back. Just jump back.
Okay.
Just tell them that they have to jump back if they want to play.
Alright.
I mean, this is just a test anyway, so we see what's more popular, right?
Yeah, at least like the one thing would have a little bit more structure, and that would be definitely easier,
Because like
sort of organized, I'd say.
people like Brenner would rather probably do King of the Hill. Because everybody kind of gets the 1 versus 1, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess as admins, you can just, if you see somebody play so that you just tell them to leave if you like on the loser side, right? So yeah, somebody else can join who didn't play it and give them a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so either they line up in one team, so we go down there chronologically, or just whoever
You should
whoever
play
is
that.
first.
So like, if one game ends, right, you came up with him, and the
Mhm.
next game starts, and the first two people have to join. The people from the last round who played as first two can't join this time as first two.
Okay, but let's actually check out other 1v1s aside from the necromancers that are taking place. So over here we've got the ranger, blue team. Okay, let's look back to actually a berserker. That's kind of interesting to see. Shield, the shield stun being blocked by Scepter 2. Okay, this looks very crowded, honestly, and some day setups preventing Loki from healing. But overall, it looks fairly chaotic. But at least nice that stuff is going on.
This looks really nice.
But what would you think of the idea that we just have like certain duel spots? For example, mine down there at the river in spawn, the henge, and maybe here like the lower part of mid. So we just have 4 1v1s taking place, and then it's less people standing around it, because that makes it sort of...
a bunch of spots. There's a bunch of spots, right?
Yeah, but it just adds more and more visual clutter and less structure.
Yeah, so we have each point is one spot. We have on this particular map.
One here at beach, one
One
mine,
beach.
one stone, like the henge, and then maybe
Yeah.
upper mid. Sorry, lower mid. Because upper mid, yeah,
So-
okay, technically you could use upper mid as well.
This as well.
But then it's getting too crowded, in my opinion.
This and this, it's okay.
I'd
Like,
say probably just go also for less 1v1s essentially. So people aren't like stacked, we don't have stacked bodies here in one place, and it's more like random stuff going on. Because right now I'm lacking the event essentially. It's a bunch of people, but the organization...
Oh, why is my mace never critted? Yo, can you tell me where Reynolds?
He's currently at the beach. And already 1v1ing someone.
It's just banter, you know?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, but I mean,
not what we aim for, you know? Because
I
right
mean,
now
Brett-
you're just ganking a 1v1. That
Doesn't
was
matter.
fairly even. So again,
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
Like, Brenner had 100% health, and the warrior had like 50 or something, had 10 or something. Oh no.
A great stun setup there by him. He really wants his stun chain to come through here. However, that 5 was so necessary there into his elite, because Brenner attempted another Skullcrack to keep basically the Connie's ticking, and with his stun chain he denies Torben here from cleansing. Now CC coming out. A 3 is pulled, so that's one of the very, very crucial skills. Now tries to get some reflect blocks off, but his Berserk mode ends on casual 10k test to faith.
What ability does he play?
So let's actually just check what he was playing right there.
It's not doing tanky.
Okay, so yeah, Berserker. Okay, very very low HP. That explains why Brenner got so much damage pressure in.
Would have been so bad if I got meat on stream because I didn't take care.
But yeah, still, I really wonder how to cover this and everything what that's happening. And it seems like Sneakers has also quit, right? Yeah.
Well, I think he's going some games, but
He was
I mean,
chatting with Teapot, essentially.
yeah, now it's kind of gotten into a bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, exactly.
But how to cover it is to have just random 1v1s and just cover one at a time. It does, like, there's no reason to try and cover everything. Right? You just go duel by duel. Talk about those.
Yeah, so honestly, let's just cover this Axe Revenant that's playing here into Core Guardian. Which Guardian into Revenant used to be a fairly nice matchup, especially like Dragon Hunter into Rev. But that has changed quite a bit. Okay, a little bit of clusterfucking around. The Guardian attempted to get his Great Sword 5 here onto the Revenant, which is really great to prepare, not only for the ticking damage, but it denies the Unrelenting Assault, the number 3 skill here. Or for example his Staff 5, and he can set up some great damage with it. Okay, Great Sword 2 burst attempted here, but the Revenant went for his full heal there. Now it looks fairly even. Let's see what the Guardian actually has here. His elite is almost back off cooldown, and he has the Great Sword 5, and we see great burst set up here with that. Now he should probably... Okay, he has his Thumbbricks available, he still has his Virtues, and most importantly, his elite. Renewed Focus is such a crucial skill to get out of the Guardian here, because after that he really runs out of steam fast, and Guardians are very cooldown dependent. Great. Oh, the heal just went off and barely in time here. Now, if he can connect the Great Sword 5, it wasn't timed correctly here into his Sword 3. He could have just set up amazing kill pressure, but he instantly went for the aggressive play here with both the Great Sword 2 and teleporting in. The problem with Great Sword 2 is that it really reduces your movement speed hard, as if you're chilled. So when you start it, you already need to be directly on top of the enemy, and then the enemy has the ability to walk outside of it, which makes it really hard to land if you don't have proper setup. So his setup here is that he starts the precast, which already slows him down, and then uses Judge's intervention to teleport directly on top of the Revenant. So let's look at another instance of his duel, because I've really liked how the Core Guardian was managing his cooldowns here.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I don't want to be annoying, but I'm not gonna say anything. It's gonna be annoying.
I know, but yeah. Pace Reversal connecting for the unblockables. However, the Core Guardian again has his Great Sword 5, great setup. He goes out with the evade here. Questionable Step 5 here because it wasn't really in response to anything, and there he could have been inside of Unrelenting Assault the entire time. But here we saw him trying to set something up, like the entire DPS thing of it. However, he had his elite, a lot of bad energy management there because he blew so much energy, and his heal didn't really heal him fully. He needs to draw his heal. However, good block here because he got rid of a lot of that. Core Guardian dodges the staff CC. Now he really needs to teleport in with Face Reversal. However, the Guardian teleports in before with a very aggressive play. He wasn't ready for that. He was waiting for his energy to come back, and with that he chunked the Revenant fairly low. Great Sword 2 dodged, and now he has to force the heal. He can stand inside of the symbol, get some decent healing off. However, I disagree with the Face Reversal here. It's just a lot of energy that wasn't necessary, and he didn't need unblockables. Because we see here on X4 he has these. Now, the elite is gone for the Guardian, so all that's left are pretty much his virtues here, and possibly, whoops, if you look at that, a stun break, which has already been pulling a lot of aggression in here, and he didn't connect the Binding Blade, the Greatsword, so he cannot, for instance, interrupt that Step 5 here, which could have been a good setup. Now, heal instantly being pulled, quite surprisingly, a little desync happening there, but it's good that he used his shield 5 here to really see someone back, sidestepping the Axis, and now again, we want to bait basically with the 5. Here, he interrupted the, like, at least at the end of it, his sword 3. Usually we want to set up your symbols before the pull, so you just get the most damage possible in. Revenant is fairly low on cooldowns, but honestly, oh, the heal being instantly pulled, a big mistake by him there. What I wanted to say though is that technically the Guardian could have been really punished because he didn't really have any more cooldowns. Renewed Focus is still on cooldown, and he just had his F3, and that was pretty much about it. No stun breaks, no teleports. But he landed a really sick 11k Greatsword. Greatsword 2 there. So let's look at this build, because what gives this build a little bit more burst is both 20% damage while you have Aegis, and then 10% damage with the Inspiring Virtue, and then Radiance obviously, all revolving around Retaliation, because it gives you might, more crit chance, and more damage. And yeah.
Reynolds actually getting bored already.
Oh yeah, I see the chat, I know.
I'm gonna whisper some people to join once we do King of the Hill. Maybe they are interested.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
We can try King of the Hill whenever you guys want.
Well, okay, I'd say that we might as well go for it now, right?
Yeah. Because people are gonna get bored of this eventually.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because there's not the best.
Keep in mind, this is a trial run today. We want to see.
And essentially, it's all improvised.
I mean, people are gonna leave at some point too.
Exactly. This is why it was sort of. It took a bit by surprise, and I just came home when I started the stream, essentially. So, yeah, I'd say kick people into spectate again, or officially start this entire thing in, with map chat. I don't know, maybe.
The Warrior 1v1s are really nice, though.
Mm-hmm. But let's get the event started, and that means we actually, yeah. Okay, so let's change the map options and start this.
Map options to what?
So we can actually like have only one person joining in each team, because that's how
Yep.
things work.
Okay.
So we change the map settings. Everyone gets kicked and rejoins in. That's basically the entire point. So we can have just the single 1v1 King of the Hill taking place. A lot of spectators around it, and then just have one 1v1 to focus on. And we can still talk about the matchup and everything there as well. But yeah,
Okay.
change the team size to 1 player essentially.
Yeah. You have admin powers as well.
Wait, me? Okay,
Yeah.
because at first I didn't really saw it. Gotta check. Also, I'm super unfamiliar with the game browser. My custom arenas, there's nothing here.
No, you just have chat powers, I think, that says impact. Maybe
Okay.
not.
So yeah, technically the arena owner has to do something, but right now I could, for example, nope, I can't even put people into spectate mode or anything. I don't have any powers.
Who's Warner? That's probably.
Yeah, either way, let's get this set up quick, because people are leaving. Beautiful. So yeah. The question is essentially who opens these entire things.
Yeah, the ones who join first, to be honest.
Yeah. So there
That's really fair.
only be 2 players allowed. No, sorry, how can we properly sentence this? So, or phrase this.
If you do. But I do.
So, question is, when they have been spectators, they can still join the teams, right? So they didn't got kicked or anything.
No, nobody got kicked. It's just moved to spectate.
Yeah. So then the question is, how do we decide to get this started? Because as soon as it started,
I mean, you just go to player team sites and put it down to 1.
Yeah. But I think everybody needs to leave the arena actually for that to work.
You just do it and everybody gets kicked when you save.
There you go.
Did you go?
Yep.
alright, so technically whoever wants to join now, be quick and join one team. Only 2 players at a time. So people can join, right?
I think you have to
You're
save.
currently
this.
able. Okay, Riken. So the next one will decide which team will be basically the King's team. So 1 player for the blue team.
Oh, there we go. Hollow. Oh, they're gonna go far. Right?
Alright. I mean, hopefully everyone is familiar with these, with the King of the Hill. Otherwise, if someone could quickly explain it in the map chat, that would be fucking amazing. But yeah,
I think
let's actually get over these fights, because also you should have your correct build prepared in here when you're starting. But yeah, winner can stay, but loser leaves to spectate. And with that, the duels can technically start as soon as you join, so be prepared. However, the winner basically of these ones has to first be out of combat, and then the duel starts. So that's like the only limitation. Okay, so let's see. This is a very, very volatile matchup because, but as soon as like the NG, for example, would waste his skills on shield and his elixir, the Revenant can technically get a lot of pressure in, but he should run, the Holosmith should run Flashbang, which gets a lot of blind pressure and therefore denies classes like Thief and Revenant quite good. We see the Grenade Barrage being thrown away a little bit too fast here. However, the CC of the Revenant didn't quite connect, blind pressure coming out, and both Heal and Sword 3 are available. Right now he is innate, so technically he could interrupt that. Riken attempted to basically stun setup here, but the Revenant fortunately had his heal already prepared, which is really good, because inside of the Sunchain he cannot pull the heal. Now the nades, oh good, it's bait here by the elite, but Riken pretty much saw through that, and now there's just so much DPS pressure coming out. The question is if he has shield or something. He's still in hollow mode, and yeah, he didn't stow that elite sadly, even though he had Legend Swap available, and with that he will quickly shred through the health of the Revenant, because all he's got is a Berserker Amulet and Rune of Resistance here. So now it's a Chronomancer's choice. Chronomancer is quite interesting. We see Sage Amulet, contrary to what's commonly run Carrion, or maybe even, sorry, not Dire, but Rabbit, for the extra toughness. So Riken went out of combat, and technically the duel can start at this point. So yeah, I believe that Condi Chrono, a build that has recently popped up, should have a quite good matchup into Holosmith here. But definitely the nade spam can be very, very punishing. Okay, so it looks like she's still changing her build because the HP number changed, yeah, and speccing into toughness right here is probably a very, very wise choice. So yeah, Scepter Torch and Staff, interestingly, no CC setup from the pistols. Now she attempts to go for a Continuum Split Burst here, however Riken CC really doing a lot of work and denying the summon of the Phantasmal Mage, who is one of the main DPS sources. He instantly goes for the full elite here. Usually you want to keep that for a bit, and yeah, but instead Riken just went really, really aggressive here, but Drops fairly low on health from all this spam damage at the Chrono here. And now Grenade Barrage being pulled here. Not quite the best setup, but the Chronomancer really has a good amount of sustain. Just for getting pressure in here. Riken now attempts to go into Hollow Forge and melee that Chrono down. But Staff 2, for example, the Phase Retreat, is a great way of creating distance here. And the grenades, as the further the enemy are, the harder they are actually to land. So the most reliable damage for Holysmith definitely is in melee range, which is where Mesmers really want to kite away. Scepter 2 being pulled, and Phase, we see it again. Phase Reversal just right out. Sorry, Phase Retreat, not Traversal. Out directly, but she's dropping fairly low, tanking in melee range, and there was no Aegis coming out and the stun not connecting. With that, Riken is going to pick up another kill.
Brawler,
Yep.
did you make the team size 1?
Yeah.
Because it's still 10.
Oh, interesting. So then whoever is basically the first one, Revenant gets to stay here. Whoever is the first one to join, he gets to play. So right now we see Larina joining in, another power ref into a Holosmith matchup.
Brawler? Can you maybe go to options and check if it's 1 or if it's still 10?
It's 1, but everybody would need to leave the arena for it to take effect.
Ah, okay. So then let's stay with it like that.
Okay, we need-
CC connecting here by the Revenant. There's some CC coming out. And again, another great setup with the shield 4 into a heal. Okay, so there's the heal coming out from the Revenant. And this means for the Holosmith that he can just pressure through all of that. And Larina's looking fairly pressured. And instantly dropping down here. Wrong settings. Well, why would you have wrong settings?
Can we
Any
maybe
account sharing?
But they maybe have to leave or something so we can like restart it so it actually has 1 slot.
Okay.
What?
Annoying, I know if they just have 2 spots and shit.
Okay, so we just everyone quit one time and join back in again.
Well, if people aren't joining like randomly, it's okay. No,
Yeah, so for all those, I mean, the password is known to everyone. We just quickly have to leave the arena or get kicked. So first off, there need to be 0 people in it in order for the map change to happen, right?
People aren't gonna be joining.
What? We just quickly go out and in, right?
Oh, really?
Or I don't. What's the idea here?
Yeah, so the setting with 1 place.
Yeah. So that setting change actually is coming into effect. So how many are there in the arena?
But everybody should have just been kicked, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Just quickly and then get them back in, because it's not a ban.
No anymore? Or are there people in? No?
I think it's still there.
So has everyone left one time?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and we can...
Okay, team size is 1 again, so... Just tell us when to join again.
If the team says this one, everybody can join.
Okay, good. So message everyone, you can join again. I suppose. I can still join blue team. So
Well,
not
no-
everyone can join again.
And team size is 1, so...
Yeah, but not everyone has left the arena apparently. That's why the change hasn't taken place.
And that's why I just wanted everyone to get kicked.
Yep. There's the explanation for that. But good, then let's continue.
Oh my god, now my fucking good wasn't freezing.
Okay, so let's go over that. Because we saw the Revenant opening, CC connecting, however Holysmith still has his Elixir available as well as Shield 5 to technically get an interrupt, but it wasn't pulled and Arena goes for a quite early heal. The supply crate already came out, so this is a quite important skill for the Holosmith with 90 seconds cooldown. So let's see how the arena opens here, because she wasted a lot of energy there that she could have technically had. But yes, cancelled sword 3 here. I'm not sure if you even had to cancel that, because it's quite good to just even get it for the evades themselves. Yeah, shield 5 interrupting the staff 3 here, and now she has to kind out random dodges here. And heal is available, which is really, really good. Avoided something with the staff there, but the Hollismith not putting too much damage inside of this. And now, question is, yeah, okay, Riken got the heal off here, and that means the arena will drop because she couldn't really get enough DPS pressure in just in time. And with that, the Hollismith will take another fight. So now people, yeah, whoever is fastest gets to join. This time it's Maxime. And looks like he's running a Sage brand. The problem with Sage brand, honestly, in an open field is that often there's no reason to stay inside of the simmels. Simmel brand has great no pressure, just DPS wise, but here people aren't forced to stand on a node. So Riken is going FK for 20 seconds, which should be alright, so the 1v1s will take place as soon as players are ready. And yeah, let's see. Readies are coming out, but Riken quickly asked for what amulet has been used. Okay, so now the duel should start. There aren't any adjustments from him coming out, as I believe. Yep. So already opening with the F3 term here, because it has it denies some of the projectiles here. But Riken got some good amount of pressure in. However, Maxime with the pull here and zone control. He really wants to get a lot of these CCs in, and now with the last stack of Mantra of Truth, he managed to get the Elixir here, because it's an Immobilize, and that's hurting quite badly. CC however not connecting. Maxime dodges the supply crate, however is already going into renewed focus. Now, to prevent any nade spam, he drops his F3 here. More symbols coming in, and now, as he didn't stow the X3, which would have been really, really necessary to get some pressure in. And all the mantras are also off charge here. He's got a lot of zone control, but as soon as he's out of that tomb, he's quite pressured. Riken, however, at 2 HP gets his heal off, and now Maxime needs to get that long mantra cast through. And with the F2, he tries to resustain a bit, but it's Sage. It's not that much healing power. And with the grenade barrage landing there, Maxime has already used all his utilities. The cleanse is coming out, but it's not enough. And the poison grenade was really making a difference here, because they are the only nades that are unblockable of Hollismith. And now we see the Chronomancer taking in another shot. We actually see, at first there was Inspiration, which was sort of weird. Because honestly, you want offense here, in my opinion, into this matchup. Also going probably for Sword Pistol here. So this is the more traditional Mesmer setup. Oops, sorry. We see it is a good reply, in my opinion, to Hollismith, or even Scrapper, honestly. But Riken still didn't do any adjustments to his build, so readies are being called, and with that, players will open. We will spectate the Mesmer in this case here. Okay, Scepter 2 connecting, already one clone generated, and this time there's no CC for the Phantasms, which are creating the main damage source. However, the continuum split was already close. However, there's a lot of pressure coming in. Gravity well being pulled, and Riken is forced into his Elixir. Also, no shield skills are available. That means he's super pressured. Also, he didn't get the finish here with the stealth. However, there was a smoke field drop from supply crate, and that enables him to blast something quickly here. Julia gets a stun here, actually on the heal. This is quite big. And now with this sort of range pressure coming out, as well as Scepter 4, she's getting some damage in. But Riken dropped her very, very low. And the question is if she can actually sustain that or not, because her heal was just coming off, but Riken just got these nades off in time.
That shield 5 into the continuum split, that really did it.
Yep, definitely. Next player joining, it's a Core Guardian. Running Berserkers and Rune of the Worm. So something, in my opinion, quite offensive. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, good point, Jess.
Exactly, because in case we're ever hosting a tournament, we'd like to have a sort of group discussion about what builds, for example, should not be in here.
So, by the way, so on Saturday when we do this again, let's actually set the server up properly.
Yeah, we will set the server properly and maybe get some rules. So, for example, extreme bunker builds or like sort of toxic builds that are overperforming in a toxic way are getting banned. So, for example, I'd say a Mender ban is fairly reasonable on most classes. And then let's actually see how the duel's going, because the opening looked quite good for already forced you into the elite. Riken, however, did not cancel his supply crate. He could have used that setup a little bit better, maybe. But Lorena, she's very out of cooldowns. Needs to wait. That judge's intervention was pretty much wasted here, and that might be that might already be it. Great interrupt here with her shield 5 again on the leap. With that, good setup for damage and a quick kill coming out here.
I think always crying, Sebastian.
Wait, always crying? I just wonder who was there first, but yeah. Whoever is basically on top was there first. Yeah, the question is if we will start to reinforce the nades ban already, or if we... Also, imagine not having similar settings for everything.
Grenades are really...
Why didn't you use the 2v2 arenas? Good question, honestly, because people are like more familiar with the beacher, I'd say. Because it's sort of classic. Because before we had this sort of arena that people always used to duel in here. So I feel like the rule set is sort of clear, like where the boundaries pretty much are and everything. Either way, let's see how this core got in into the Holysmith, and I think after that we're going to enforce a swap off away from nades basically. So nice shield 5 into this Greatsword 2 there. Good CC setup off that burst. However, the Greatsword 5 did not connect, which could potentially interrupt the shield cast, for example. And Elite is already forced out here. Blind coming out. Greatsword not really connecting. And question is how this one can be denied. Stunbreak here. The F3 has been pulled, and the projectile reflex are there. And now Riken however, gets a free opening here, and Korgard doesn't seem to get away that quickly, but he seems to really choose the counter pressure here. But it's not enough against nades, and with that another kill will be picked up here for Riken. And I'd say Riken, I think you're here in the core either way. Just swap off of nades and maybe go to normal explosive hollows.
I mean, it's still gonna be really strong, so...
Yeah, I know. Or maybe should we take flashbang away? There are multiple things basically contributing to Hollow's insane state right now. And, should we take nades away? Should we ban flashbang? Like, honestly, if we were hosting, for example, let's say a tournament, what would be some banned skills, for example?
I think
flashbang,
it was very nice. Without the nades and stuff like that.
Flashbang, grenades, tornado.
Yeah. Okay, but let's see how this one will take place, because Ohimi went for core ranger here. The immob can be quite nasty setup. However, the sword, both CCs of the Greatsword not connecting. This is fairly dangerous. However, the immob landed. Riken pulls his heal there because Rune of the Revenant gives some resistance. But the immob setup is quite crucial here for this matchup essentially. And Ohimi should have a good amount of sustain. He runs Paladin and resistance, so not the classic Valkyrie. However, now with the immob, he goes for a Greatsword combo, misses it though pretty much completely, and with that is probably forced to kite away. There's just one Stunbreak available, Petsword possibly, but Axe 3's weakness and all of that is quite the difference maker. However, Riken still picking that kill up. However, I feel like Ranger could still have a good matchup into that.
Let's actually ban grenades now, because he's still playing ban.
Yeah, so now let's get rid of the nades. Maybe swap it to the dodgy elixir, which makes flashbang also annoying. Well, that's it. Before we start, ban the nades. Yeah, also, I saw him in the Discord call a while ago. Yeah, he's still in here.
Why does everybody get to run this event? Like, I'm just trying to help, but this is just...
Yeah. So after this 1v1, we will, if he won't change his
Kick
knights, we'll just kick it.
Well, not kicking, just...
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, yeah, just put them back into Spectate, because we want to
Hollow
enforce...
is still amazing damage. He's just gonna
Yeah.
switch from to the elixir.
Yeah, from one overperforming build to another overperforming build, sadly. No. The heal is just about to come off, and with that, we could possibly have something. Chaos Storm being dropped here a little bit quickly, because that is really, really important to deny some of the melee traits of the Hollowsmith here. Illusionary Ambush being pulled, but it's not going to be enough. Too much cleave damage, and with a few nades. Yeah, that would also be very appreciated. Okay, good. So will we now? It will be Brenner against Riken, so no one will join. Isa, if Isa could leave again, back into Spectate, because Riken is just rerolling. Technically, he's still king of the hill, but let's hope that Brenner can change that pretty much, because he's running his Carrion Balthazar, Condi Berserker here. Quite interesting build, running defense.
He would.
The Mace Trade.
He would be stronger if he went Celestials. Because he actually performed better on it. When I play against him.
Elitex, could you explain the build a bit?
Okay, so let's quickly just go over this build, because oh, it's actually a little bit more swapped around, but yeah, it's pretty much based on blocks and reflects. So the quite interesting thing that we see here is Sword Offhand. It has some, actually, if we look at the numbers here, it has some interesting Condi damage and blocks as well as a might setup here. But yeah, pretty much it's mainly focusing on stacking up a lot of Condis in Sword, because if Brenner goes into Berserk mode and with Sword, he has he can stack a lot of burns, and then he would set up a stun chain with Mace, which also, for example, applies, as we see here, blinding, bleed, confusion, cripple. He basically has some cover Condis and wants to get a stun chain done to get the burning ticking through. So a lot of reflex that we already see. Shattering Blow is yet another one. And Base Offhand. He benefits there from the cooldown setup, and another. We see this skill exactly here from the Sword in Berserk mode. This is the main DPS source, and then he tries to cover that essentially, and basically either set it up with stuns or cover it with Condis and then prevent someone from cleansing. Good shake it off usage here. Really nice, very efficient cleansing that we see here. Now there's Aegis, this is why he didn't directly go for a stun. However, it's good for a good adaptation here from Isa that she also went for the reflect trait herself, so that not everything is directly reflected. Because as soon as you dodge, you get the mirror here, and yeah.
Okay. Now
So
it's time for my build.
Exactly. So let's see what we say here, because Plague is right now king of the arena technically, and let's see how Torben approaches this. He's running another Condi build. Directly goes for the teleport and F1. The thing with Purging Flames is it's not just a great Condi cleanse, but it's also a very nice DPS option and sort of functions as a trap. Whenever you go through it, like enter it or go out of it, it applies Condis, and a shit ton of Condis to be fair. The interesting thing is that Torben always goes for connecting the F1 rather than having the Virtues trait proc. So he goes more for like a burning. Isa really abuses the symbol here to get a guaranteed proc of Scepter 2, which is also a very big damage source for Condi Merge. But the F1 pulling there was really great, but Chaos Storm didn't quite interrupt something there, and now she's going to collect her mirrors, and Torben keeps his shield up there to deny a lot of these projectiles running in, but the Condi Burst is ticking in, and he doesn't have an elite to answer to that, and with that he will actually drop. And Isa will stay in. Now Locke was the first one to enter here, and it looks like he just yeah, it looks like he just picked up the Zintrax build here and tries to make it work. The good thing is it has some resistance to counter that direct burst coming in, but then it's also quite big. Okay, he swaps to something more familiar. We now see a pretty standard strength spellbreaker being played here. Well, let's see how that does, because the Mirage into Warrior matchup was quite infamous to be a very, like, at lower levels the Mirage quite stomped it, but good Warriors could really get something done here, because they're fairly squishy. Yeah, Reddy's coming out. Isa's still charging her mantra, and she actually went for the stability mantra to sort of deny that CC chain. She just has one dodge, but okay, Locke already getting a good stunbreak off there, and he's running some resistance. We see Featherfoot Grace instead of Frenzy, which is some quickness that we usually see. Also, it looks like he adapted his build a bit by running defense, and with that he should have access to some cleanses, potentially Rampage being pulled here right now, but the Conibus is already coming in, and Isis was just chaining her invulns there, and that really gave her so much like breathing room to get through this entire Rampage, and Warrior meanwhile get pressured very hard by everything else. Also the Aegis prevented the bull charge there, and now blocking the shield too. Great reactive play, but then also not the easiest matchup for Warrior. Also, another notable adaptation that she made here was the Rabbit Amulet, so that as soon as she gets her heal off, the healing is worth way more, because getting to cutting through that tough vitality, like the tough health HP.
I guess.
What? I do. Thanks for organizing tourneys like this. Yeah, thanks, Draken. I'm sure that we, in the future, when the testing phase is over, can actually host some quite nice events and potentially even get some prize pools. Who knows? But now it's another round of Dragon Hunter, but this time a Power Dragon Hunter into the Condition Mirage, which should be a great answer in my opinion here, because it's got a lot of cleanses and can technically trap the Mirage in a damage chain that really is really nasty and can potentially get kill pressure. But Lorena got a lot of condis here from this Scepter staff. Okay, Isa collecting her mirrors to get some more invuln chains. Oh, the F1 was is missed, and this is so important for the DH actually to land in this matchup, because otherwise it's really hard to actually catch mirages. Also, Isa is running the reflect trait. That means really wasted Judge's intervention here, but since she's running that reflect trait, something like the True Shot can often be reflected, and that takes away a lot of DPS pressure, because usually Dragon Hunters can really pressure people well from afar, but then this build, the Condition Mirage, also wants to pressure from afar. So honestly, again, a great trade choice here in this particular matchup. Also, Boone's been yoinked here, and I feel like a thing with Guardian is that it can run out of cooldowns fairly fast if they're sometimes wasted, and Mirage is way more consistent in its cooldowns. It's lower and more frequent defensive usage, and what we saw here was basically Lorena running out of cooldowns and not really getting the kill pressure in, and that was the deciding thing. Now it's Gotep's turn, since he was the fastest one to join, and
I wasn't more.
Daxi would technically have to be kicked, since sadly I don't have any rights here. But yeah. Now another Dragon Hunter coming out here. Dragon Hunter matchup coming out here from Torben. However, he's running Berserker and Mace, a little Happy No fanboy possibly. Who knows?
No.
But for him, he can drop down to these condis a lot faster. However, the cleanses are the same pretty much, and yeah, the question really is if you can get the kill pressure in, unlike the Dragon Hunter before. Mace is doing quite good job at sort of blocking melee people off and something like something like warriors. But after all,
Okay, I understand.
yeah. Quite spammy. And now Brainpacker attempts his luck and goes for a lot of 8 stacked HP here. And with Blood Magic, Unholy Mother, he's got some more defense against conditions, as well as he has like sort of enough power damage to sort of reply to the spam DPS wise that's coming out from the merge on range. And he's running great sword, and with that he really wants to pull someone in and train someone down here in the south. He says now was forced to use her F4, and she just got a blink, and that's really good power. That's really good pressure. However, now the Lich is coming out. Auto attacks are really hurting. It's just 3k technically, but she's stacked so much toughness, and with that she will go down. Yep, liched. So another skill that we possibly should consider banning, but right now the reign of the Mirage has ended, and now the reign of the Reaper might begin. Gotep will now join in with his Power Revenant. He actually now picked up Draconic Echoes. Before he was running with the DPS trait down here, which hasn't seen use in quite a while because the boons of Revenant were quite dominant. But yeah. Well, supply crates, I feel like they have some nice interaction, honestly. But yeah, they are quite impactful skill, and making Holysmith strong as well. However, he attempted to go for focus 5 here, Brainpacker, but he didn't quite land. However, he changed the fear into the 5. It's good that Gotep waited for the second one to hit, because it's really not a lot of damage, and then technically this way he doesn't waste the stun break. Brainpacker tried to avoid some of this sword 5 here with the Spectral Walk, but it was still in range. Now this focus 5 is going to hit, and it's going to hurt, because the more boons people have, the more it's going to hurt. Great auto attack pressure coming in from him. It's the best DPS option for Reaper, honestly, and since the stun came out here, this was so good because Gotep didn't have his heal prepared, and with that he's just going to drop down. Great, essentially, it's great that the CC chain came out here, because to basically punish that he hasn't prepared his regeneration here at this point. So yeah, nice one. Now let's see another contester. It's again Power Dragon Hunter, running full Berserk, 11k HP, extreme squishy. Here a very good opening by both the judges' intervention and getting the F1 pull off, but it seems like there was no pull essentially, and it was a huge cooldown investment as well with the judges' intervention. Another great way to get this sort of guaranteed F1 is to just use the shield knockback into F1, and there you already have the guaranteed hit of that, and then you can set up a combo with that. In my opinion, it's more consistent and less cooldown consuming, but good Fleshworm here avoiding the trap damage, and with that he can now poke at range. And the thing is that Lorena is already fairly low on, like, what means fairly low on cooldown. She's just got one single Sunbreak left here, and with that she's just going to be DPS down by the Reaper, who just tanked a lot of stuff in Shroud, but then is completely healthy. So now another attempt, Core Guardian. Oops. Core Guardian is attempting here to change something. He picked up the Rune of Speed as well as Retreat here to sort of match just the movement speed that Rune of Swiftness gives. It's a really underrated rune in my opinion, because it's nearly permanent super speed, and for a build that has to constantly kite, it's really a difference maker, especially in something like jumping puzzles where you're often not forced to directly go for jump dodges. But overall great CC pressure, sort of denying that first shroud play. Brainpacker is sort of low on life force right now at the moment, but he still has important skills like a Lich available, which might just DPS the Core Guardian down completely. So as soon as the renewed focus is dropped, and maybe some of his virtues are out, this is a free kill, because technically this Guardian would have to instantly line of sight to even do something about the Lich. So as soon as that's pulled, it's pretty much a GG, because from the cooldowns that we see right now, it's quite certain. Now Shroud coming out, good Greatsword 2 there, getting in a lot of damage, but now Always Crying really has to fear for his life as the Lich is just pumping out damage, but really smart use of denying these projectiles. This is exactly what people need to do, since there weren't as many projectile defensives on this build available. So great usage of that pillar was really life-saving. That's great pull here, but however it wasn't set up with the retaliation field here at the beginning. But now Rainpack is... that was a closer one, but overall great pressure coming in.
Someone joined before.
Yep.
No, I don't care.
And now again Spiral Breaker coming in here.
Yeah, it's Raspberry.
Swapping to Frenzy. And going for the more traditional trade lines here with Might Max Right, going for the Warrior that we are used to seeing here instead of... oh, actually going for the Flash Worm right at the beginning. So it's probably just wise before that gets killed to instantly pop it to get the 10% life force. It's a good source. But since there's a Shroud coming out, he's in melee range, didn't really have any ways to kite away. He was already forced to pull his shield quite early. Not sure about that. CC of Dagger missing. Shroud coming out. Where is the CC here? That would be much better. There's no CC available on Brainpacker, and there was a kind of try to predict the Flash Bomb here. But now with stability coming out, he should just dash away, possibly. No, oh, the full counter was just triggered by the dodge here, but he needs to pull his heal. That should be the main priority. He utilizes the pull here of the Mage Bane Tether to get his heal in safely through. But we saw the corruption field corrupting the stability that full counter gives, and that was just the deciding factor here. With that, Brainpacker got this kill. So really unfortunate corrupt there on that side. No, Always Crying has just been playing recently, so I'd say we go with the Dragon Hunter, right? Should we go for that? Sort of moderate that not the same players are always playing with the same builds.
Yeah, I
just
guess
generally asking. Whoops! Oh, yeah, I just didn't mean to do that. Professional caster. But yeah, let's see how this Dragon Hunter approaches the entire thing, because now there are a few more HP available, and putting in Scepter instead of Mace or Sword, what we've seen before, to sort of maybe match that range pressure and kite the Reaper a bit better. Although the Reaper likes to be the one who's kiting by himself. But something like Sikkim Soulbeast, for example, can be a huge trouble for these Necromancers, as they can often be outranged